It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up, it'll be no holds barred between AFC North rivals. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. And it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
Next to some of the northernmost waters of the beautiful Chesapeake Bay, we're at M&T Bank Stadium near Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as a default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Justin Tucker has this all teed up. And we're underway from the bank. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former first-rounder back in 2017, Deshaun Watson.
After winning the national title at Clemson and early success at Houston, there's no question that Deshaun's career has been slowed by some injuries and other challenges. But when he is on the field, at every level he's ever played, he's just got a calm. And that calm comes with the trusting of talent that he has in himself. He knows how to run, he knows how to throw, and when he's available, he's still a difference maker.
Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that gives the Browns a first.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Offense to the line for second down. Out of the gun, here's Watson. That one complete to Njoku. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Now the first carry for Nick Chubb. It's on the turf, the ball's out, he lost it. And this is picked up by the Ravens. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Well, that right there is exactly how you kill some momentum. An early setback, no doubt, but the first time out, fumbling it away in enemy territory, that's tough.
And such a bummer, right? Because the journey was going well. You script for success, you get that ball moving, and then you're right, you just lose all sorts of momentum. Got to recapture it the next time out.
So here now are the Ravens on offense to begin their first drive. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player and the most exciting player, not just at his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Blitz coming, Lamar. Aguilar with the grab. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
That's caught for the first. It's a race down the right side. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. But they couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Tucker adds the PAT. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. The Browns with their offense back out there as Nick Chubb returns to the field. They watch their fumble turn into points, so feeling maybe a little bit of an urge to make up for that now in this series. Shotgun snap, a gift to Ford. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Got a man, it's Njoku. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
He's on the move. He's running for it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. First and 10. Here's Watson. That's Tillman. He's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Escapes the pocket. He's running with it. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gain 18 on the previous play.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense. This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
Buckle up. It's third and goal. Watson now. Rolling left behind, and he has the Cleveland touchdown! The Browns get it down to a single point. Deshaun Watson with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, Turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist, and you got to be an artist that can create when things break down, and that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Deontay Hardy to return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Now we'll get set to see the Baltimore offense for the second time. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
They've got a man in motion. 1st down, here's Lamar. And that is how our first quarter will end as that pass falls incomplete. That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They start out 2nd and 10. Gets this one to Andrews. A lot of mess on the move here. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a second quarter lead. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Tucker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. To return, Jerome Ford. He's got a lane up past the 30. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38. The Browns getting their offense out there. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. From the gun, Watson. That'll be complete to Ford. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. That's Odafe Owe with a stop.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league. Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Now there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
On 3rd down, they'll go with Chubb. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. From the gun, it's Ford. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play. You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And it's out of bounds without a whole lot of room for error. He hit it well. They're saying it's out at the 4. Baltimore running its offense out now. And they couldn't be backed up much further, Brock. A safety, really the only concern as they take possession here inside their 5-yard line. And they're going to tag a defender with this one.
Pass interference. Defense.
He got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. First down throw for Jackson. He's throwing deep to the left side. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Motion man sent left. Second down, Jackson to pass. He's looking deep once again. He's got it deep downfield. He's at the 30. Gets the 10. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens take a 13-point lead. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine. Surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And the Ravens double their lead to 14. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Here's Ford on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. The Cleveland offense back out and getting set for the drive. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Ford. A lot of grass ahead. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that gives the Browns a first. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Watson on 1st and 10. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Back to the air, Watson. Throw reeled in by Njoku. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Cleveland first down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. The Browns trying to make some noise before halftime. First down, ball at the 36. Working from the gun, Watson. Has him on the quick hitter. And they take him down right along the 30. 2nd and 3 now. Sticking to the air with Watson. Jerry Jeudy with the grab. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns make it a one-score game before halftime. It's a Jerry Jeudy touchdown. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
On is Hopkins for the extra point. Pressure off left, and it's blocked! Wow, nearly the unthinkable. He almost turned the block into 2 points, but they caught up to him at the very last second for the tackle.
You just never know what could be the play at the end of the game that we look back on and say, you know what? That was the play that decided it all. It seems small now. It's just a little old point, right? But if this one stays close to the end, keep an eye on that block because that single point could loom very, very large.
The Ravens and Lamar Jackson ready to go again on offense. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
Oh, he put everything he's got it at the 30. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Ready?
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Lamar off to play fake. He's trying to go deep again. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now it's 2nd down. Play action. Here's Jackson. Flushed out of the pocket. He's on the move. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens grow their lead just before halftime. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns going on offense here very late in the half. And we're down inside a minute to play in the half, but that's enough time to get a drive together. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Watson. To his back, Nick Chubb. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. Second and 1. Short pass brought in. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that first down play. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. 1st and 10 from the 41. Out of the gun, here's Watson. He puts some air under this one, deep right. We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
That one complete to Njoku. Now the Browns spend their final timeout. New set of downs for him from the 46. Here's Watson, 1st and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So it'll be 2nd down. Throwing it again here. And oh, he missed over the middle there. Lucky that one didn't end up worse. That's swatted away, incomplete. David Njoku, the guy he was looking for. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Throwing is Watson. Got a man, it's Njoku. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
He's got it! And he's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there. 2nd chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. He'll throw it yet again. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is picked up by the Ravens.
Gosh, we have seen these quarterbacks make some incredible plays from here to reach the end zone. That was certainly not one of them. Careless with the football, left an opening for those defenders to knock it free and escape without surrendering any points.
Only 10 seconds remaining here, so 1st and 10 may be our last snap of the half. A tight end in motion now. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Hauled to the ground by Jordan Hicks.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
They're just going to play it safe, sticking with the ground game, it looks like. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. So we've reached halftime here in Baltimore. The Ravens flying into the break with a lead. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. The call came in before the teams even hit the locker rooms. We're skipping halftime. We're starting the 3rd quarter right away. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Hardy on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Raven offense headed out for this first series of the 2nd half. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. The drive begins with Henry. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
This is Henry on 2nd. Broke through the tackle. Oh, stiff arm. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Another run for Henry. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know they say it any time he comes up in an interview, but they appreciate having him on this defense so much, Kate, because of plays like that one. Those are great instincts. It takes instincts and want to come up and run support, and not many corners can make that stop.
First time this game they've looked to him. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. The Ravens gonna punt this away, and here's Jordan Stout to handle that boot. And he wasn't needed at all in the first half, partner. This is gonna be his first punt. Kick is away, and this one might bring rain. Wow, what a kick. And that one comes down at the 2 before bouncing into the end zone for a touchback. Cleveland's offense all set to take over. And they know they let points slip away with that fumble in the red zone, Brock. They're looking to get him back here. Second half's going to start with a run by Chubb. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Brandon Stevens in on the tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Watson now. Judy there to grab it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
First down, ball at the 36. Chubb on the give, headed left. And that's good for a gain of 5. Brandon Stevens in on the tackle. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. From the gun, Watson. That's Tillman, he's got it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Ford straight ahead. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Called in by Njoku, left side. And he takes it up and across midfield into Ravens territory.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Chubb going for the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
1st and 10, here's Watson. Finds Judy near the sideline. Pickup of a few as he heads out of bounds.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
From the 37. Throwing the out route complete. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Nate Wiggins getting up to end that play.
Kate, if you and I took a whirlwind tour and watched young quarterbacks, the hardest route to complete is this one. A lot of them can throw go routes and slants and drags and in cuts, but throwing that out.
The ball's out. The ball's out. He lost it. Oh, and they get it back. The play's still live. Give him 3 on that game. And that gives the Browns a first. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back.
Throw reeled in by Njoku. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Going jumbo set on this first and goal. To the ground with Ford. Runs it in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns start the second half with some needed points. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
On is Hopkins for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Browns get it back to within one score. After seeing his point after blocked, he's got to stay out there and kick it off. Hardy on the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Pistol snap to Jackson. Completed over the middle. Get some space around midfield. Hits the 20. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Tucker adds the PAT. And the Ravens lead by 15 now. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Now Ford. Oh, he loses the football. And the offense recovers. They can still advance it. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's the Browns football. They're down, but not out on the scoreboard. Second down now, 7 to go. Working from the gun, Watson. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Dump off caught by his back. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
He'll get this to Tillman. And he goes out a little short of the 40. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down. Sticking to the air with Watson. Connection made to Judy. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Chubb brings it in. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
Kate, I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
Here's 2nd and 11. Bails out of the pocket quick.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing, and at least...
Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Brandon Stevens has it. And the Ravens have it perilously close to their own goal line. Looks like it's at the 2.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
And he takes this up to the 7. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Running once more with Henry. And he's tackled for a short gain. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. Henry's going to try to pick it up. And he reaches the 17-yard line as he's hauled down. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Henry. He breaks the tackle. Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. Derrick Henry. And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Now we see the Browns offense headed out. Well, we all know at this point, turnovers the big problem for them in this game, Brock. And not surprisingly, the defense has capitalized on those mistakes on more than one occasion to their benefit.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that can be tough to win football games in spite of, right? But over the test of time, turnovers are the #1 thing that cost you games, especially after that first one. Once there's blood in the water, you feel it with the defense. They get all over you, trying to force another turnover and another and another.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Back to the air, Watson. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Trying to push it deep downfield. Throwing into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Here's Henry on the option. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. Well, this certainly has been a memorable contest for him. His coaches, man, they're going to take this kind of output every single game.
This goes a little beyond the expectations they have for him, maybe even for himself. What impresses me so much, Kate, the guy just doesn't tire. Getting stronger, literally, as this game's going on.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. A draw now. This is Henry. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Give him 3 on the play. It's going to be 5 to go on 4th down. The Ravens getting ready for the punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Back out now comes the Browns offense. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. Watson on 1st and 10. That one complete to Njoku. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. Here's Watson, 1st and 10. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there, where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion. That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in the spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and make a play on it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Watson. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! But the Browns got this one back, so they will luckily hang on to possession. Desperation time here on 4th. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Ravens will be down inside the opposing 35 as they take over after that interception. Oh, man, Brock, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like they're